Hi guys, Puddin here with the game for you in my Tier 6 British Premium Destroyer, the Gallant. Now, my captain skills are going to be Priority Target, Last Stand, Adrenaline Rush, Survivability Expert, Superintendent, Radio Position Finder, and Concealment. My modules will be Protect My Main Battery, Better Aiming, Damcom 2, and Faster Reloading Guns. I still haven't really messed around with changing the modules around. Now, I originally was going to do another Gallant video where I was bottom tier, walked away in first place with the assistance of my divmate Big Bongs, but some things came up and I might not be able to showcase this video, which I was going to put up on Tuesday, and this one is going to kind of be more or less about the ending instead of all the great gameplay. I also do make some mistakes, do some ballsy plays that luckily they paid off. But I mean, I can't even remember the name of this map. You can see we're top tier, but there is a carrier in the game. Luckily for me, it's only a tier 5, which means he cannot manual drop. It is just auto drop. But it's still going to take a minor miracle if I ever shoot down a plane, which is why you do not see my AA turned off. The guy can keep me spotted and be out of my AA range, so there's no reason to have the AA turned off in the ship. Now, I'm kind of playing this as a little bit of, more or less a gunboat instead of just a pure DD boat. I think you guys got to see play style of, you know, more torpedo, less guns. Well, this one's going to be a little bit more guns, and the reason for that is because of the tier. I am top tier, so I kind of don't have too much fear, except for the fear of my horrific aiming, which you guys are all seeing. We're doing what we can to help get the cap at sea, and I do believe the only person who's got any sort of decent long-range torps is the hat. Everyone else just isn't, you know, isn't really much of a threat, to be honest with you. They're usually going to be spotted, or I'm going to have to make mistakes. They're going to have to play it right, but you know what? I can be outplayed to drive into their torps. Now, I see Texas, and you know, I'm kind of doing the indicator thing, and luckily for me, somebody in the comment sections of my last Gallant video, or Gallant, I'm never going to get it right, informed me of my critical mistake of these are not 6-kilometer torps, they're 8 kilometers, so I have a 2-kilometer buffer of actually stealth torping instead of being a complete idiot and trying to get within 6 kilometers. It was a while since I've actually played the ship, and I played it, been playing it mainly just for the British missions, but this is what I mean, like, you know, I could run into stuff. Now, the reason I'm heading back here is because I noticed prior to this that the Icarus was last seen at B cutting in through the channel, which means he's going after the carrier. Now, if you did not know, the normal British destroyer line, or at least the Icarus, does not get a speed boost. It does get a hydro. The hydro is really more or less a self-defense mechanism instead of like the Germans where you can use it aggressively, but when played correctly, you probably could use it aggressively. Now, I switched to my AP because it's Leander, showing me broadside. Well, you know what? Why not? It's been a while. Let me just see if this AP can actually do anything. You know, he was showing me broadside. You know what? Any good hits on him is going to be good. But I'm doing everything I can to get back to save our carrier, because the only guy who's going to save me from planes is, well, it's kind of going to be myself. But the only guy who's potentially come and save me would be a carrier, or if I got closer to a friendly. A carrier is worth the most points, and don't want to lose him right off the bat. I'm letting everybody know where our PF is pointing at, so they know the carrier at least shows an inkling of understanding that, you know, he's spotted, he needs to deal with this guy too. Now, what I should have done here shooting is, if you noticed, I was kind of missing, and really, I'm aiming way off screen. I should have rolled back on the mouse wheel one tick, just so I could get a better aim. It's a little trick I do with the light cruisers, or like the Atlanta and stuff like that when things are at range. I'm kind of just dropping preemptive torps. Now, the other thing about the British is their smoke doesn't last very long. It's more or less to break line of sight. So if that guy's going to sit there and, for the most part, just sit in his smoke and hope that his friendly carrier will spot our carrier, it's not going to happen. But see, knowing that this gentleman has some sort of hydro means I don't really want to push into him. Knowing that his smoke isn't going to last long, which means I just kind of have to linger in the area, you know, keep my distance a little bit, and just wait for smoke to dissipate, which is why you see me slowing down. And look, smoke dissipated. He's coming out of his smoke cloud. And you know what? You know, knocked out his engines. There's really not much for him to do. The other thing is the British destroyers can also single launch their torpedoes, just like the British cruisers can. Now that that guy has been dealt with and our carrier is safe, I noticed a Fuso coming down the mid, but I also noticed our Gade is up there actively fighting. The enemy have one last DD, which is the Icarus, which was another Icarus, which was last seen in our area, and he just gets spotted. Kind of makes up my decision that, you know what, I need to go. Well, I don't need to. I want to go after him, but I'm also thinking we have two friendly destroyers in the area. Hopefully, one of them will take him out. And then I can head to the north towards A and potentially help out our Fuso. But I'm going to maintain my course and my heading towards the enemy Icarus. As we see, the friendly Gade is extremely low. He's one shot for pretty much anybody lands a shell, and he will be dead, which means our Icarus is the last best chance against the enemy Icarus, and they're about even health. But the problem with ours is he's pushing into an Omaha, and just by looking at the map and the fact that he just got torped, he probably was in the Omaha's range. Now, I do believe the Omaha has 5.5 kilometer torps. I could be wrong, but I know it's under 6 kilometers. So if you see an Omaha rushing you and you're past 6 kilometers, make your turn, start running. You should be good to make the turn and get out of dodge before he can actually drop his torps, because he's going to have to show an awful lot of side to do that. Now, the last ship left alive over here is our battleship, our carrier, myself, the Perth, and the Fuso. Now, I thought this gentleman was going to make a run to the cap because they kind of need a cap, but at the same time, they don't. They're doing a fairly good job of killing people. Luckily for us, our carrier gets a kill just as the Molotov finishes off our Perth. I'm just kind of dropping preemptive torps to maybe get this guy to, I don't know, they're just, you know, I just threw those in the area and hoping to get him. Now, this Icarus is actually doing a pretty good job of dodging my shells, and I really wish the battleship at this point would have started shooting at him as the Molotov comes is clearly shooting at me, and I'm sure the enemy DD is too, which means I need to get up and go. But like I said, I've mainly been using this as a gunboat, really, using my concealment, my stealth to my advantage. If Molotov gets a nice blind shot into my smoke, I believe it was a blind shot, I'm not sure. But I'm going to fail to hit this gentleman at range. Which is why I was kind of hoping the battleship would have had AP and battleship AP dealt with him, but it's not. This guy's pulling away from me, and he has a little bit of lofty shells, but the Molotov is pushing in, and well, this guy needs to be dealt with too. Now, the only reason we have the cap lead, or the point lead, is because we have the cap lead. We have 2 caps to their 1. We have 4 ships. We've only managed to sink 4 of their enemy ships. But luckily for us, a bunch of stuff is low health. As I think the Tungsten shot HE? I don't know. God, I hope he wasn't shooting HE. But at least he took a shot in Anti-Destroyer, so if he did have HE loaded, it's not exactly a high crime. But there's no reason to sit in my smoke. We've really got to find the DD. If we can find and kill this DD, I kind of have faith that we can win this, because it's gonna give our battleships a little bit more freedom, because they're not. I think that is HE. Just shot at the Molotov. A little bit more freedom to move around, because they don't have to worry about the destroyer. I see this guy's low on health. I really want to take the shots, but luckily I didn't, which gives me the opening salvo on the Icarus first. And that is where your concealment is your advantage, especially if you know how to aim, unlike me. I'm sure Sneaky probably would have nailed that guy. Spider, the same, but usually I do miss my opening rounds. And usually it's the follow-up shot is when I get them zoned in. Now, there's no reason to push into the Molotov, especially with the carrier wanting to keep him spotted. I believe the carrier is dropping on him, and I'm just praying he deals with him. Because if he does, that means that... Oh, God. If anybody's looking at the minimap, this is actually at the point of the game when I noticed what was going on in the minimap. But luckily for us, our carrier deals with him. There's an enemy, Ioba, I don't know, who's literally right next to our carrier, and, well, it's game over for him. Our Fuso died to something, I can't remember. I want to say it was the enemy carrier. But this is what I mean. You can see I'm missing my opening salvo, but, the follow-ups are right there. I'm bracketing. This guy's turning. He's evading. He's dodging. He's doing what he's got to do, and I'm failing to make the correct adjustments. Aiming too short, aiming too high, aiming too low, aiming all over the place. Anywhere but actually on this guy's freaking ship. At the time, I honestly don't know where some of these shells are going, because I was aiming, at least I believe, correctly, but oh no, it's a Pensacola. This is the last thing I wanted, as it's got HE loaded. This isn't going to be fun. Now, see, I could have easily ran into those gentlemen's torpedoes if it wasn't for the fact of the Pensacola was spotted and shot at me, and I tried to put some distance. But right now, we need to save the B-cap. The B-cap, I need to delay this. I need the battleship to... Well, I kind of need the battleship to do something. To be honest with you, what? I don't know. A miracle of killing the rest of these guys, while maybe I get them to shoot at me. I'm not sitting there trying to call this guy out or do anything. I'm just saying at this point of the game, I'm kind of like, man, I hope this guy kills that battleship, then kills that guy, and puts his Pensacola low on health to where I can finish him off, and, him and me carry this game to victory. I usually 9 times out of 10, never give up. When I go GG or you see me give up, the game is over. There's no way to win. As I failed to realize, I backed up out of my smoke. Just trying to keep this cap reset. Now I'm trying to keep this guy shooting because, like I said, I'm kind of hoping that the battleship would have taken a crack in on this guy, and I need this guy to stay spotted. I easily could have kept him spotted by not shooting, but you know what? You gotta use your guns at times, and you know what happens if I don't shoot and this guy stays spotted all day long and the Texas never shoots at him? We're just gonna lose anyways. I've got to shoot. I've got to take the chance. Now the other thing is I'm about to trigger probably everybody. I usually do not run dead flags on my British on any of my DDs. It's very rare that I will run dead flags on my destroyers, even the ones where I primarily use the guns. Now, it's at this point when I kind of saw what the guy wrote in chat about trying to get A, and that's kind of exactly what I was thinking. But luckily for us, because we had such a points lead and time's ticking down, if I can actually get to A and cap it, we should be okay, because it's going to take these guys too long to get to B. As I get a cough as the bogue appears, and I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, this is not good. This is really the last thing I wanted. I'm low health. This ship has crap for AA. The AA is destroyed. I believe you can see the symbol above the guns, which means the miracle is never going to happen. Which really means I need to kill this guy. Now, luckily for me, it's a bogue, which means he's not outrunning anything. I believe the icebergs on islands of ice move faster than this bogue. The only thing this thing does fast is when it gets spotted, it gets sunk. Now, of course, here comes his tour planes, and I'm hoping to God he's already dropped them, because if not, I'm really going to be needing to pay attention as I get a Citadel with my high explosive. Who needs AP? You can get HE Citadels, not only in a Conqueror, but in DDs. Now, luckily for me, my torpedoes come in. This guy drops his torps, and there are only 2 in there. Now, because that carrier died, gave us a huge points lead. But more importantly, there are 5 ships left. We're down to 4. If anybody can see what is coming, I'm sure you can guess it, as I'm about to do something stupid. I'm going to sail right into the direct path of the stupid plane that can spot me with a cruiser who's well within his gun range, and I'm on low health. Luckily for us, time is ticking away too fast, and I do walk away with the Solo Warrior. Now, for those of you who did not know, Solo Warriors stand alone against 4 enemy ships and win, while I stood alone against 5. Luckily, was able to walk away with the win, even though as I was sailing right back into the planes, I was typing in easy Solo Warrior like an idiot. I do hope you guys really did enjoy this replay. I do hope you learned something, took something away from my mistakes that I made, and at least some of the knowledge that I did have to allow me to get the win. We do appreciate the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you send us. The email for that is in the description down below. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and have yourselves one heck of a great day.